Hello there, I just want to make a quick little video in response to OTRS Central's video saying that size does matter in professional wrestling. I'll try and put a link to it below, where this guy absolutely argues that size is very important in professional wrestling, and that actually the lack of big wrestlers is in relation to the decline of the popularity of wrestling. Basically, I disagree with him. I think he makes some good points. I'll talk about his good points and why size does matter. The point that he made, which I think is the most legitimate, is that for wrestling to be believable, surely the big guys are going to be the ones to hold the belts. Is it really that believable if Daniel Bryan is the World Heavyweight Champion? Perhaps there's definitely an argument to be had there. Also, the two greatest periods in wrestling history are the Hogan era and the Attitude era, and at that time the main champions were all pretty big guys over 6'5". So I definitely think there is an argument to be had that size is important and that there is a place for big wrestlers in the WWE. I definitely think there is a place for them. I do enjoy every now and again a Ryback match where he just knocks some power bombs out and beats the fuck out of people. I enjoy that every now and again, but the big problem I have with this argument is that I think wrestling has kind of evolved to a point where a 5-10 minute match of two big guys basically punching each other and hitting each other hard just quite frankly is just not that entertaining. And the reason I think it isn't that entertaining is because since the Attitude Era, we've been treated to some absolutely incredible matches with very quick tempo and lots of high-flying actions. And I think since then, what really wows an audience is not a big guy lifting up another big guy and slamming him. That's not really entertains the crowd. What I think entertains the crowd are fast tempo wrestling matches with high flying moves. You know, ever since people watched, those TLC matches back in the day with the Hardys and Edge and Christian flying everywhere, you watch even today a match with like the Usos and Daniel Bryan, and when they're all like jumping through the ropes, over the ropes, that's what really gets the crowd going. If you just watch TV today, the crowd are most active when it's smaller wrestlers in a higher tempo match. They're far more excited to watch that match than they are a Biggie Langston versus Ryback kind of match. So I think the problem with the argument that bigger wrestlers are what's most important, and that's big wrestlers are more important than small wrestlers, I think that argument is massively flawed, because those matches are just not that entertaining. And in this video, the Schleg Daddy basically criticised CM Punk for being small, and why I agree CM Punk is pretty damn small. The fact is, if you actually look through the best matches of 2013, the majority of them have involved CM Punk. You got CM Punk versus The Rock at No Way Out, versus Undertaker at WrestleMania, versus Cena, they had an amazing Raw match, versus Jericho, versus Brock Lesnar. Daniel Bryan's been in some great matches. The Shield have been in some amazing matches. Pretty much the majority of this year's greatest matches have all involved smaller wrestlers. Are there really any great matches you've seen this year between two big guys? I don't really think so. So even though I do think the WWE probably could do with having a few bigger guys, and I think they're trying to do that. Like, I think people like Ryback and Biggie Langston should be pushed really high because they're believable. But I absolutely think that small wrestlers are here to stay, and people always criticize internet fans for liking small wrestlers and not appreciating the business for casual fans, but I kind of think that's bullshit. I know if I took my family, my mum or my sister or some of my friends who aren't wrestling fans, I know for sure that they would be far more entertained watching a match with high flyers than two big guys beating each other up. And do you know one of the main reasons for that is because everybody knows wrestling is a work. So really, you talk about big guys being good for believability. Everyone knows wrestling is fucking fake. I hate using that word fake, but no one watches wrestling and they're like, whoa, look at these two massive guys, I wonder who's going to win. No, they watch wrestling for entertainment, and I'm sorry, 200-300-pound guys clotheslining each other and body slamming each other is just nowhere near as entertaining as a match with smaller, quicker, technical wrestlers. And I just think that is the most important point for this argument is that wrestling is far more an entertaining, and it is sports entertainment, right? Wrestling is far more entertaining when it has smaller wrestlers in high tempo matches doing high flying acrobatic moves. That is what gets crowds going, and the proof is in the pudding, as the best matches this year have all involved smaller wrestlers. So quite frankly, I think small wrestlers play a big part, and the whole believability argument is flawed because everybody knows wrestling is a work. So people watch wrestling to be entertained, not to see who's going to win the big matchup between the two biggest guys. And even in boxing, I think that that's true of today. I'm a boxing fan. Every time I watch like a Klitschko match or a David Haye match, it's 10 times more boring than a Manny Pacquiao match or a Floyd Mayweather match. You know, smaller athletes, in my opinion, are currently the more entertaining ones than these big burly guys. Even look at the football world, the real football or soccer. Look at the best players in the world: Lionel Messi, Xavi, Iniesta. These players are all small, you know, and it's because they play good, quick, technical, free-flowing football, you know. So a lot of people use the argument that in sport things have only gotten bigger, stronger and faster. I don't really believe that. I actually think sport has gotten smaller because people want to be entertained, and let's face it, smaller, more acrobatic, aerobic, you know, wrestlers, football players, boxers, I just think are more entertaining than big, slow guys lugging it out. And that is why I think smaller wrestlers are very important in this day and age, and they should not be shit on like fucking everyone seems to shit on small wrestlers and blaming them for all of the troubles of the WWE, which is frankly ridiculous. The reason the WWE is shit is because the writing is fucking awful. It's the same stars right at the top, and their track record of building up new stars as of late has been fucking appalling, you know. So that's my opinion. I hope you enjoyed it, and check out some more of my videos. Peace out.